Let's look at replacing the inner valve mechanism on a quick lock gooseneck valve. If for some reason the inner valve becomes worn or inoperable, these can easily be swapped out. All you need is a small Phillips head screwdriver, and you unscrew these 3 screws. So let's do that. Now you push up the central piece so that it releases the top cap. It may be slightly stiff. There we are. You might have to knock that against something to push it up. And then you pull through the whole section. And you can see inside now the way the item is constructed. We have the top cap, which we pull off. Remove the bottom connector. And then you pull out the hose and valve assembly from the base part. And there we are. First of all, pull off the top short length of hose. There we are, keep that. You can throw this item away and replace it with a brand new valve mechanism. Push back on the top piece of hose. And now we come to reassemble. Slide it back in, and then you'll notice that there are little grooves inside the head that line up on the ears of the blue part of the valve, and push it firmly in. Then we take the top cap, and once again there are grooves in the head that line up to the ears on the black part, and the unit needs to sit together like this so that it can operate back and forth. And now we're going to assemble that back into the gooseneck part. The important thing to remember is line up the 3 screw holes, but also by 2 of the screw holes is a little lining up lug, and that must match the groove inside. There's only one way that this can fit. So for this, that's the screw and the lug, screw hole and groove. Slide the 2 together. And it's important to get the screw holes lined up from as soon as you start pushing the cap in. So there we have it, the screw holes are lined up. And so now you push the 2 together. Still lined up. There. Sometimes it might need a tap on something to get that in. So there we are, that's reassembled, and you can just test the mechanism on, off, and off. And now we're going to put back on the 3 screws. It's important when doing these screws up to tighten them, but don't over tighten them. They're only screwed into plastic, so we don't want to strip the thread. So there we are, that's tight, but not over tight. All that's left to do is to refit the plastic bottom connector, and that's ready to fit back on your pot.